Today we're going to try something that's a little interesting. This is from Eastern Canada, out of Quebec, and it's called Creton. Now this one is similar to, not quite a pate, because there's no liver in it, but it's a sausage that's finely chopped with onions and garlic, salt, pepper, milk, sometimes water, sometimes lard, and depending on what they had at the time, could have cinnamon or nutmeg, ground ginger, even allspice, cloves, and it basically smells like sausage. And it's very mildly flavored if they had it with the spice. It was a very basic dish. It was done by hunters back in the early 1800s. And this is something that you'll see throughout Quebec. The French-Acadians made this one. And so then it also got taken down into Maine, down into Louisiana. And it was used as a spread anywhere from breakfast, lunch, dinner. And it was spread usually on something called a poloy, which we're also going to be making today. So with this, we're going to put this aside. We're going to make ourselves our poloy. So what we have here is a cup of regular flour, 1 1/4 cups of light buckwheat flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That one can vary. Some like it a little more salt. This one we're doing a little less salt into it. And dry whisking it all together. Get it all mixed in there. Now this was it was a basic dish. They didn't have a traveling chef with them. So what we do is we get this all mixed in. And then we're going to add a cup of cold water, and we're trying to make it just enough as a paste. In this case, it's more about how it looks to get the right consistency than exact quantities, because that'll change depending on how much absorption the flours actually take on. So in a case like this, it's going to take the full cold of 1 cup. And this is going to be a smoother type batter. So we're making it just into a bit of a paste. And you can start to smell the nuttiness that comes out of the buckwheat flour. That's what's really nice about this one. It's a long-standing old recipe that has kind of gone away and not seen around, but it's actually a really nice dish. You can sweeten this up and add in some sugar to it. You could also put, similar to a pancake, it's a cross between a pancake and a crumpet. And then we can add in some hot water. Now this is not boiling water, it's just hot tap water, just to achieve our final thin batter. I'll carefully incorporate that. So now we've got the water added to it, the warm or hot water. Hot tap water is what you're going to use. And this is the type of consistency that you're looking for. Unlike pancake, where they want lumps kind of left into it. This one, we want it not quite as, we want it thinner, not quite as thin as cream, but thinner than pancake batter. So something like this. Now we're going to leave it for about 30 to 45 minutes, and that's to activate the baking powder that's inside of it. We want to start to see bubbles, because once this is actually into the pan, you'll actually have it looking like a crumpet on the top. You want lots of bubbles. And it's only flipped, it's only poured on and cooked on the one side. And you want to let it cook fully from there. Here we are about 30 to 45 minutes later. You can start to see the bubbling up that's in the batter itself. Now, one of the things you'll need to check, just make sure that it's thin enough. You may end up having to add a little more water if it absorbs and gets too thick. And then also, if you find that your baking powder is not quite as strong, you can add in like a little half teaspoon at a time to start to really get the bubbles happening. So now we've gone into a really well seasoned cast iron pan if you have it. Now they're good for holding their heat, but also you can do it on a no-stick pan or a griddle. And the whole idea of this one is that the batter is thin enough to spread out. And this dish is not done flipped like a pancake. It actually fully cooks on the one side. So one of the nice things about this is that you can accompany these polois in different manners. So you have the creton, and you can put a blackberry preserve with that, which is really nice. Or you can do a butter and cinnamon sugar mix, and you just kind of fold them up and take a bite. That is a really nice, quick little breakfast. And then kids love this one. I'm sure it'll be with the cinnamon and sugar. Nice. You can see it's nicely browned on the outside. Fully cooks on the top. It's a matter of getting your pan a medium to medium low, medium high, depending on your stove top. And that is our French-Canadian, French-Acadian dishes.